Hi everyone and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have you all with me today. Thank you so much for being here, whether or not you are live, watching the replay on Facebook, or perhaps watching on YouTube once I upload this. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. If you are not already following me on Facebook, feel free to click on the like and follow up the top of my business page here on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, if you like what you see today, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you click on the little bell icon that's right next to the subscribe, then you'll get notified each time I upload a new video. So that would be awesome. Also too, if you would like to share this with any of your friends that you feel might enjoy it as well, feel free to do that. That would be great. All right, while everybody is jumping on, I will just bring this up on my iPad. So bear with me for one moment while I get this up, and then that way I'll be able to see all of your lovely comments down there. Great. Okay, good. So feel free to comment as you jump on, say hi, let me know that you're here. And if this is your first time watching with me, let me know where you're watching from. Okay, so I will just wait a few minutes. We'll chat for a few minutes while everybody is jumping on. Hey Megan, how you going? Great to have you here. So we'll chat for a few minutes while everybody is jumping on. And then I will jump into all the exciting things that I have to share with you today. Got lots and lots of things, so that is awesome. Megan says, congratulations on my recognition at Onstage. Thanks so much, Megan. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, it was very exciting on the weekend. I'm going to talk about that a little bit in a moment. So I've just come in from outside and it is blowing a gale out there. So my hair was everywhere, flying away. I had to put hairspray on to hold it down today. Well, I often do that anyway, but especially after being in the wind, it was a bit crazy. Yeah, and it's actually chilling down a bit. It wasn't so cold earlier, but it's cold now. So yeah. Ah, Megan says, I may or may not have squealed when I saw your name. Thank you so much, Megan. That's very kind of you. Very, very sweet. Oh, let me tip that camera down a little bit. I thought I had it positioned right, and then it seemed to be up a little bit too high again. It's constantly readjusting. Oh, your name was there for the 10 years. I missed it. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Oh, that's really awesome. So I was 5 years and you were 10 years. So you're double my age in Stampin' Up! Terms. That's so cool. So awesome. Such a special company and community to belong to, isn't it? Hi, Monica, all the way from New Zealand. Great to have you with us today. Oh, and it's terrible weather over there, is it? Oh, sorry to hear that. So what part of New Zealand are you in, Monica? I've got a few friends over there on the South Island, the top. So if you're looking at the map, it's the top western side, I suppose you'd say, like the left-hand side of the South Island. And yeah, oh, blowing a gale up there in Inverell too, Megan. Wow. Yeah, wonder what the weather's doing at the moment. Well, what are we in now? We're in November. Usually September, October are the windy months, aren't they? Or August, September. But I don't remember it usually being so windy in November. I don't know. I guess the winds can come up anytime, really, can't they? You're in Invercargill. Oh, okay. I have heard of it. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but I have heard of it. Maybe that's one of the places we went through when my husband and I traveled to New Zealand. I think it was 3 years ago now. And we went for a Stampin' Up! Event, actually, a 3-day Stampin' Up! Event in Auckland. And then after the 3-day event, then we went to the South Island and we traveled around the South Island for 10 days, which was beautiful. So, so beautiful over there. You have a beautiful country in New Zealand. I love it. One day maybe we'll get back there. Hey Athena, how you going? Oh, you're still working and you're listening in the background, listening to me in the background. Oh, thanks so much, Athena. I'm glad you can be here. Megan said she did both islands in 2019 as well. Megan, did you go to Onstage Live in Auckland that year? Oh, 2019. So that was only 2 years ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I was there 3 years ago. I think it's 3 years ago now. Oh, and Kim's joining us from South Texas in the US. Welcome, Kim. It's great to have you with us. That is awesome. All the way from South Texas. So it must be quite late in the night there right now, I would imagine. Megan said no, she didn't go to the event in Auckland 3 years ago, but her upline did. Ah, cool. Awesome. Who's your upline, Megan, if you don't mind me asking? I wonder if it's somebody that I've met. I've met lots and lots of people through Stampin' Up. It's really amazing to be able to meet demonstrators from all around the world. Some I've met in person, some I've met online. And yeah, it's just so amazing to meet so many beautiful people from all around the world who love craft as much as we do, or as much as I do. Oh, Wendy. Wendy is your upline. Ah, awesome. Oh, lovely. That's so nice. And Megan said she's heading to Seattle next year. Excuse me, itching my nose. As I said, I just came in from outside in the wind. So my nose is a little bit itchy. Kim said it's 11 p.m. there in South Texas. Oh, cool. Well, that's fairly reasonable. That's a decent hour. Not too late. Oh, well, let me start telling you about the weekend. Now, we've got a few demonstrators on here watching as well, so I know that some of you probably experienced this as well. I know that Megan did, and some others of you perhaps did as well. But on the weekend just gone, well, it started Thursday night and then was all day Friday, all day Saturday. We had a very, very exciting Stampin' Up event. It's called Onstage. And this year and last year, because of COVID, we had it as a virtual event. Usually they're in person, super, super exciting. But so it was called Onstage at Home because we were viewing it on our devices from home. It was so exciting, so much happening, and I've got some things to share with you today from Onstage. So Onstage is a event that we have each year in November. And it's just, you get blown away every year. We get to see new product that's coming up, and the product that we got to see is coming up in the January to June mini catalogue 2022. Had to think about that one, 2022. Now, as demonstrators, we actually get to order that from the 1st, or some of that from the 1st of December, which is awesome. But those of us that went to Onstage have been able to get our hands on some of those products already, so which is super exciting. So we get a pre-order, or what they actually call it is a PPP, a product purchase premiere. And so we were able to order a few of those products. Plus, we got some in our swag boxes as well. Those of us that ordered our swag boxes. Plus, we were given prizes or awarded prizes, and our prizes will be coming very soon to us in our next orders, which is super exciting. So I'm putting in another order this week. And so my goodies, my prizes will be coming in that. So I'll have something new to share with you next week, which will be super exciting. Hopefully it'll come by next week. If not, it'll be the week after. And what else? We got to see new products demonstrated and got shown different ways of using them, lots of tips and tricks, and beautiful projects. We got to have some fun. There were some challenges from some of the design teams, so that was really fun. And they were announcing, if you've ever seen MasterChef, it was like that, but it was what did they call it? Master Crafter? Was it Master Crafter? Master Stamper. I think it was Master Stamper. And so there was a little challenge going on there, and that was super fun. So we got to watch that. We had some recognitions on the first night and amazing entertainment. Oh my goodness. The entertainment was a group that was on America's Got Talent 2 years ago, I believe, and they were I don't know if they won or they were in the grand finals, but they were amazing. They were a choir, a youth choir from Africa. I wrote down their name because I knew I wouldn't forget. It's in my notebook somewhere. But I'm going to see if I can download some of their music. Oh, they were absolutely blew it out of the water. It was so exciting. Oh, that's the one. Thank you, Megan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's ND LOVU. Is it ND Love You? ND Love You Children's Choir. Not sure how you actually pronounce it, but Megan's put it there in the comments. So check them out. If you've never heard of them, check them out. They are amazing, amazingly talented people, young people. Really, really exciting. Yeah, and what else? What else did we do? Well, the best part was for me that I got to share it with some of my team, which was super exciting and made it so much more special to have my team along with me. And the first night we had a watch party, so we watched it all together via Zoom, and that was really cool. And then, and hang on, I might just send her a quick message just to remind her that Mum is actually live right now. Hang on a sec. Sorry guys, let me just, okay, hopefully everything's okay. If not, she'll ring her sister. So let me just, now I have to bring this back up on my iPad. Okay, there we go. I've got the comments back. Good, good, good. She just sent me a message. Oh my goodness, it's Monday, sorry. She forgot. Usually I'll remind her before I go live because she's at work and she usually leaves around this time, and she lets us know when she's on her way home because she drives from the city in that crazy traffic. And I forgot to remind her today that I'm about to go live. So that's okay, all good. So where was I up to? Yes, sharing it with my awesome team. And then this Friday and Saturday, we had a group chat going all day. So we're chatting and we're sharing all the excitement and, you know, did you see this? Did you see that? Oh, I love this. I love that. Want to try this, want to try that, blah, blah, blah. Going to put this on my wish list and that's on my wish list. Was really exciting. And then over the lunch breaks, we Zoomed together and we had our lunch together and we talked about the event and what we were enjoying. And then after each day's event, we also Zoomed together and also shared about, you know, shared in the excitement and shared about what we were enjoying, and it was so much fun. It was super, super fun. Sorry, I'll just catch up on some of these comments because I think I've missed a few. Oh, Megan said it's a 27-hour flight to Seattle, which will be interesting as she hates flying. Me too. You're very brave, Megan. She's going to LA to catch up with a friend. Ah, nice. Yeah, Megan said the choir on Thursday night were brilliant and reminded her of her goddaughter. Ah. And your birthday is the start of the pre-order. Oh, there you go, in the beginning of December, 1st of December. Is that your birthday, Megan? Oh, well, happy birthday for the 1st of December, in case I forget to say it again later. Megan ordered a few things from the PPP because Megan came along to the event. She loved the sports bundle. Oh, yes, you would love that one too, Megan. Right down your alley. Yeah. Oh, the Megan is on Spotify. Thank you. Yes. Somebody let me know that. Somebody else let me know that too, that their music is on Spotify. But I wonder if they've got any albums or something that you could download. That would be awesome if you could. Hey, Lee, how you going? Great to have you here. Hey, Julie, great to have you here too. Sorry, a couple of extra people had jumped on while I was chatting. Did I miss saying hello to anybody else? Anybody else I missed saying hello to? Hello to you as well. Megan's already got 3 pages of wish list from the new catalogue that's coming out. It's really, really exciting. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about, so lots and lots of exciting things happen at Onstage. And the great thing is that if you are a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, whether or not you've joined for a hobby to enjoy the discount, or whether or not you've joined for the business opportunity, whichever way, you're able to attend these awesome events. So if you would like to come to the next event, then talk to me about joining my team, and I would love to have you come along. Also too, my team who attend Onstage always get a special little gift from me. So I posted a photo about that, or a couple of photos of, I posted a photo and one of our Zoom sessions just yesterday, I think it was, that I posted that. So yeah, really, really exciting. Anyway, one of the great things and exciting things about Onstage is before the event, being a virtual event. Now it looks a little bit different when it's live because you're there in person and the vibe in the room is like up here. It's super, super exciting. And when you get there, you get a goodie bag or a swag bag. Now, because we're virtual, this time we got a swag box because we got that sent to us and we could choose to get the swag box or not. But of course, who doesn't want the swag box? So you might have seen me post about this. So this is the box. Look how pretty that is. I'll give you a little sneak peek of some of the DSP that's coming out. How pretty is that? Yeah, so in this swag box, it had lots and lots of goodies. Do you want to see the goodies? For those, now those of you that came along have already seen the goodies because you got your own goodies most likely, because most people do order the swag box. So you might see my beautiful bag here. Now, I took this bag with me today to the post office because I thought great time to use it. And look at that, I can let everybody know that I'm part of the Stampin' Up family as I carry my bag, which I love to do. And so in the bag, I've got a few things that came in the, well, all of the things that came in my swag box. So let me share them with you. I did share a photo the other day. So we always get a notebook, which of course you want to take lots and lots of notes and write down your favorites and start your wish list and things like that when you're watching Onstage. So we've got this cute little notebook. I've got a lot of notes in there. Then you need something to write with, of course. So we've got these gorgeous pencils. How cute are they? Look at the colors. So they're in some of our Stampin' Up colors, and they've got cute designs on them. So that'll be another little hint for you. So you can see those there. Is that focusing? Then we got, so of course we get a welcome from Sarah. Oh, I forgot to grab my other ones out. So Sarah Douglas is our Stampin' Up CEO, and we always get a little welcome note in there from Sarah, which is always lovely. We also got some badges. Now, in the South Pacific, which is Australia and New Zealand, we were celebrating the 15-year anniversary of Stampin' Up being in the South Pacific. So we had a special little ceremony for that, and we got this special badge, or as they call them in America, pins, a special pin and a candle. They came in that bag, and they had like, you know, packaging, you know, that crinkly paper stuff in there. And we put our candle into our favorite dessert, and then we had a ceremonial blowing out of the candle and making a wish. So that was fun. We did that on the first night. And then we got a new stamp set. Who wants to see one of the new stamp sets that's coming out in the new catalog? Are you ready? Da da da! Look at that in the moment. And look at this, look at the little puppy dog. How cute is that? I know a lot of my viewers love their pets. So look at this one. This is my favorite one. So I love these images. Haven't used it yet, but super excited to use this. And this is one that they demonstrated during the event, and some of the ideas that they had for it were amazing. And we can actually watch all of those demonstrations back on replay until January. So even if we missed any of the events, then we can watch them back, or if we want to see again how they did something or what they demonstrated or what they said, we can watch them back, which is awesome, which is a benefit of having a virtual event, because we don't get to do that when it's a live event. Now also too, we got some little badges or little pins on this card. Now mine is empty because I've taken them off and put them somewhere special. Now, of course, we got the bag too. The bag came in the swag box. And, oh, we also got, hang on, I'm going to show you the pins in a minute, but we also got this beautiful grid paper. Look at the design. It's the same as on the box. So we might use some of that today. It's so pretty. I really don't want to use it, but I should use it, but we'll use it today. So that's pretty cool. Always great to have grid paper on your desk when you're crafting to protect your work surface. And did you know that we have grid paper, not this particular one, but we do have grid paper available in the annual catalogue. And we've got it in 2 sizes, the same size as this, which is, I don't know, what size is this? Is it A3? It's big. It's pretty big anyway. And then we've got the small grid paper as well, which fits in the Stamparatus, which if you watch me often, that's the one I usually use when I'm crafting, is the small grid paper. So we got that. And the pins, let me show you the pins that we got. So we got these 2 little pins, which again will give you a little sneak peek into some of the products that are coming. So check them out. And we got an Onstage badge as well. Now, one of the gifts that I gave to my team was a lanyard, a personalized lanyard, because when we go to in-person events, Stampin' Up! Gives us a lanyard because obviously you're in a room with hundreds and hundreds of other demonstrators, and in some countries it might be more than hundreds. In Australia it's usually hundreds, about 500 or so. And so you all need to wear your name badges or your lanyards with your name on it so that you can know who people are. And it's a memento that you can keep. So I've kept mine from every one that I've been to. And so I didn't want to miss out on my lanyard. So last year I made my own. And then this year I made them for all of my team members that came along as well. And so that was one side. And then on the other side, we have a special one for my team members to say that they are part of the Papercraft Gems, which is our team. And so then I was able to put my pins on my lanyard. So now I've got that as a memento from 2021 Onstage at Home. So isn't that cool? All right, and then something else that I received, so that was what was in our swag box. I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, we also had a new stamp set to create with as well that we could purchase before the event so that we could craft along on the Saturday. We had a crafting experience where we could craft along. It was called Create and Share. I think that's what it was called. And so we were able to purchase some product prior to that so that we could craft along. But let me just show you something else that I got. Oh yeah, there was that too. Big hello and from Sarah. But also too, I got something extra. So those of us that are at a particular title, that are leaders, so it's called Silver Elite and above, because there's more levels or more titles that are above Silver Elite. We get a special gift, usually for an in-person event. We get to go to a special event called Center Stage, but because it's virtual, of course, there is no center stage, but we still get a special gift for a Center Stage gift. So it was, you may have seen a photo that I posted a few days ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it had this attached to it, wrapped around it. But this is actually what we got. I'll see if I can hold it. Very, very useful, actually. So we got these book holders or magazine holders. So these will be going on my desk to hold some of my notebooks and things like that that I need, my paperwork and things like that. And it comes with a little pen holder too, which is super cute. So this one is already in use. This one's right here beside me. But this also gives you a little bit of an inkling of some of the designs and things that are coming in the new catalogue. So isn't that cool? So I love that we have such useful gifts for our Center Stage gifts. So that's super exciting. So I haven't put anything in them yet because I wanted to leave them out to show everybody. So that is that. Now, do you want to see the stamp set and the other products that we were able to purchase early? Would you like me to get them? I don't have them right here, but I can grab them. They're over there in my trolley because I quickly put them away because I thought, oh, I'm not going to demonstrate them today. And then I put them away, but then I forgot that you probably want to see what they are. So I'll grab them. Hang on one sec. Now the cards we might make in a week or two. You know what? I'm going to take my cardigan off now. I put it on when I came in from outside because I was freezing in that wind. But now I'm talking. I'm getting hot. There we go. Okay. So the cards, I did put them up on my business page yesterday. I think it was yesterday. But I'll just give you another quick sneak peek. They're still in their little baggies. These are the cards that we made as our Stampin' Share experience, or as we would call it if we were in person, our make and takes. But we weren't making and taking because we were making and keeping because we were at home. So they were the cards, and I'm going to do some demonstrations with those in a couple of weeks. But these are the gorgeous products. Now these will be available in the new mini catalogue. How beautiful is this stamp set? So this is the Blessings of Home. This will be available to demonstrators. Well, actually, we don't know yet what's going to be in the pre-order on the 1st of December. But we do get a selection of products to choose from the new catalogue on the 1st of December as demonstrators. Not sure if this one will be in it or not, but it might be because we were able to get it for Onstage. But for customers, it'll be available from January. And then it's got a beautiful set of dies that go with it, which is the Flowers of Home dies. Oh, some of them have fallen down in there. They've come off, they're sticky. That one belongs up the top. That's a big floral border one. So aren't they gorgeous? And then there's this beautiful ribbon, which is actually one that has come back. It's the Denim Ribbon. I'll show you. Because I've actually got my old roll still. I don't know if you remember when we had the Denim Ribbon. It was a special, I think it was an out of catalogue special that we had a year or two ago. And I actually still had mine in my retired stash. And so I was able to pull that out, but I did order some more as well because I loved this ribbon and I was so sad when it retired. But it's back, it's coming back in the catalogue. So that is super cool. So I was really excited about that. And then we've got these classic matte dots, which are awesome. And the white ones are hiding up above here, up above the tag up here. But you get them in the, is it 3 sizes or 2 sizes? No, they're 2 sizes. And the 4 different colors. So in your basic colors there, so you've got white, basic white, very vanilla, basic gray. Is it basic gray? It might be smoky slate. And black, basic black. So they are really cool. And we used some of those on our projects that we made on the weekend as well. You can see some of them there. Sorry, there's a lot of light reflection because I've got them in their little baggies still. So there you go. So that's some of the new things that are coming. So super exciting for everybody. So you want to get your hands on some of those, I'm sure, when they come. Now, as demonstrators, we are able to, one of the perks that we get as demonstrators is we get special logo wear. So it's only available to demonstrators and we can order that as what they call a supply item. So there's all sorts of things. There's shirts, t-shirts. I couldn't find my t-shirt today, my Stampin' Up t-shirt. I think it's in the wash. I've got 2 actually. I've got a grey one and a white one, but I love my grey one. It's super, super comfy. It's charcoal actually, so it's a deep grey. But I couldn't find it this morning, so I think it's in the wash. So I put a green one on instead because this will kind of tie in with the colours that we're using today for our project. And we've got mouse mats, we've got notebooks and pens and special grid paper. And what else have we got? Oh my goodness, there's so many things. Key rings and magnets and mugs and coasters. I'm trying to think of all the things. Special aprons, all different sorts of things that are only available if you're a demonstrator. So it's another special perk that we get. Keychains, yes, thank you, Megan. Kit bags, yes, that's right. Special bags, so many different things. So it's super exciting to have that special logo wear. So yeah, that's just another perk of being a demonstrator. Now, we've got we've got a sale coming up this week, which I'm going to tell you about in a moment. But also too, when I'm telling you about this sale in a moment, keep in mind that any of the sale items that are on at the moment, you can put in your starter kit, or the sale items that are coming this week, which starts tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow the sale starts. You can pop them in your starter kit when you join Stampin' Up. Now, at the moment, the awesome thing is too that Stampin' Up has a special joining offer, and I did speak about it last week. So if you were with me last week, you would have heard about it. It's called Start With Savings, and normally the starter kit is $169, but guess what? The starter kit has been reduced in price to only $130. And for that $130, you can choose $235 worth of product to put into your starter kit, plus get free shipping, plus get an ongoing 20% discount up until April. And then if you decide it's not for you after April, no worries. You can go back to being a customer, no worries. You're not locked in at all. But it's only $130. So you get $105 worth of free product plus the free shipping on top of that, which is an extra, I don't know, what is that? I think it's an extra $11 or something. So yeah, about $116 worth of freebies when you join at the moment. So that is super cool. Now this special goes up until the end of November, so 30th of November. However, as I said, we've got a special sale coming up on tomorrow for 2 days. It's a special seasonal sale. It goes from the 16th to the 18th of November 2021, and there's going to be specials on cardstock, ink pads and dies from the annual catalogue. Now with the ink pads, it's only the classic Stampin' pads, so it doesn't include your Versamark or your Memento or your Stays On. So it's the classic Stampin' pads. And you can't, it's not on the bundle, so it's on the individual ink pads, okay? And the cardstock is on the individual colors, plus the assortment packs as well. And the dies, it's on all of the dies in the annual catalogue. So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to tip the camera down and I'm going to show you a few of the things and where to find them in your catalogue as well that are going to be on special, because you've got 10% off cardstock, 15%, I've got to look because I can't remember what they are, 10% off cardstock, 15% off your ink pads and 20% off dies, which is super awesome. So I'm putting in some extra things in. I'm going to stock up on cardstock. Check your ink pads. Were there any more colors that you wanted to get, or any that need replacing that might be getting a bit old and a bit grungy? And dies, we can never have enough dies, can we? Especially those border shapes, the solid shapes, the frames and things like that. So I'm super excited about this. Can you tell? So what we're going to do, I'm going to tip the camera down and I'm going to show you a few of these products that are going to be on special this week, starting tomorrow, Tuesday the 16th, and going through to Thursday the 18th. So you've only got a few days to jump on this one. So be ready. All right, hang on a sec. I've got to move a few things. I've got to move my bag. I'll move the extra grid paper. I'm just dumping stuff everywhere right now. I'll tidy it all up later. Alrighty, so I will cover up the camera and I'll tip it down onto my desktop so I don't make you dizzy. So just bear with me for one moment while I just get this ready for you. Hopefully that just flipped. I think it did. All right, here we go. I'll adjust the camera. Whoops. Squeaky, squeaky. It's always squeaky, isn't it? Every time I adjust it. Can never get away with it not squeaking when I'm using this stand, but that's okay. You'll all forgive me, won't you? All right, so let's see. Did that flip properly? I did tap on it, but I'm not. Oh, it did. Great. Good, good, good. There we go. Look, we've got my beautiful, beautiful grid paper here that I got from Onstage. How pretty is it? Love, love, love this. Oh my goodness, you should see this paper. Oh, I didn't show you the paper that we got too. The paper that we were able to purchase for the event. I'll grab that out and I'll show you that too in a moment. Actually, I should grab it now because otherwise I'm going to forget, aren't I? Because you know my brain, if I don't do it straight away when I think of it, I forget. I'm just going to put a little bit of blue tack underneath the corners here of my grid paper so that it doesn't slide away from me, because it's likely to do that. Is that in the right spot? Let's see. I'll just wait for the camera to catch up. Hopefully I've got that in the right spot. I'll go up a little bit higher. There we go. All right, so let me I'll grab that paper to show you. Okay, but before I show you that paper, let me show you this special. So there's the special again. So it's the seasonal sale and 10% off cardstock, ink pads and dies, and this is like a flash sale. So it's only been announced just a few days ago, so we didn't know about it, and we didn't know what it was going to be or anything like that, and so it was only just announced. So that's why I hadn't been promoting it, because we only got the information just a couple of days ago. So this is it, 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads and 20% off dies. Now, if you're looking in your annual catalogue, let me just show you where to find these. So if you open up your annual catalogue to pages 122 and 123, or just go to those sections in the online store if you're looking in the online store. So you'll see all of the colours there. So you've got the different colour families. I went through this last week if you saw my video last week, but you'll see all of the cardstock along that first row, okay, in each of those colours, all right. And then you've got the classic Stampin' pads on the second row down, all right. So there you can see all of the colours. Then if you flip over to page 126, this is where you'll find the combination or the assortment packs of the cardstock. So the ones that are going to be on special are the A4 assortment packs, so you can get them in assortments of brights, neutrals, regals, subtles, and then our 2 in colours. And also the 12 by 12 inch cardstock packs, which are in assortment of colours again, are also going to be on special. All right. So that's pretty cool. And then if you go over to page 157, that's where you'll start to see all of the dies. Now there's some die bundles there, but just know that those bundles, you can still just purchase the dies individually if you want to. Normally when you purchase a bundle, you'll save 10%, but if you're just purchasing the dies themselves, then you'll save 20% on the dies, and then you can just purchase the stamp set separately if you would like to. You can see I've got a little tag on here. I've had my eyes on this one for ages. Still haven't bought it yet, but I've had my eyes on this one for ages. So then if you go over, so there'll be a few pages of bundles, and then you'll get to the pages of the individual dies, individual die sets that are available on their own. 20% off all of these as well. There's so many to choose from. We're going to be using some dies in our project today so that I can give you some ideas. And before we do that, I pulled out last night a whole heap that I thought I would just highlight with you, because these are ones that I use quite a lot, and these are really useful for lots of different projects. Now, some of our dies do coordinate with some of the stamps, but these ones are very versatile, okay? So these ones are sort of standalone ones, which I've got these up the wrong way. So this is the basic border dies, and you can see we've got all these different cool border shapes. So we've even got some clouds there, we've got some rickrack, we've got some nice squiggly lines. These are great to add a bit of interest to your card. You can use them as a border on the edges. These look fantastic. So that's one set. These ones are really, these ones always slide around in here. This is the Ornate Frames dies, and these are cute little frames. If you're looking for little pretty frames for sentiments on the fronts of your cards, these are a great one to have as well. Even to highlight little items or little embellishments on the fronts of your cards, you've got these gorgeous little frames here. That's another good one. The tags, so this is the tailor-made tag dies. These ones are fantastic as well. And you've got 4 different sizes, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, just double checking. 4 different sizes in the 2 different styles of tags. And then you've got the little reinforcers as well to go with the tags. They make great, they're great for embellishment on cards, make great bookmarks as well. Now these ones, this is the painted label dies. This is one of our most used ones. We use these 2 a lot, and this cute little border as well. I've used this swirly one quite a bit as well, but this is one that we use a lot. And then you've got the Hippo and Friends dies. Now this one does coordinate with the stamp set. However, these, we actually use it more. When I say we, I'm talking about my daughter Amber and I. We use this one more for the labels rather than with the stamp set. So even if you didn't want the stamp set, the labels are fantastic. And then you've also got a little balloon, you've got a little flower, a little leaf, you've got a little balloon string, you've got little slots here that are for, you can put in your labels to tie ribbon through, and there's a little different shaped one as well. You can just die cut them into your label so you can pop your ribbon through, but we use these ones a lot. Then you've got the very pretty Ornate Layer dies. This is another good one, another good set. Now remember, all of these are 20% off from the 16th to the 18th of November 2021. These ones are fantastic, very pretty. We've got a couple of plainer ones in there as well. Really beautiful set. Now you can never have enough solid shape dies. So these are the layering circle dies, and these ones I use a ton. A ton. I use these ones. In fact, I've used some of them so much that they're probably going to go blunt soon. I'll probably have to replace them at some point. They're great to have in your stash. These ones too, Scalloped Contour dies. Now these do coordinate with one of our stamp sets. However, again, if you don't want to use them with the stamp set, you've got all of these gorgeous frames, these rectangle frames, plus you've got this beautiful scalloped border here as well. That's another great one. And of course, there's the layering of the stitched rectangle dies, which I don't, hang on a sec. Here we go. These are my other 2 favorites. I had them pulled out for a class. So these are the stitched rectangle dies, and these ones are one of my most used ones. Actually, I use these a lot in my classes. They are fantastic, great to have in your stash. And also to another favorite of ours that we used a lot is the Stitched So Sweetly dies. So these ones, you've got all these different labels, and you've got some scalloped rectangles there. So all of the rectangles that we have, you'll notice we've got the 3 different sets that have got rectangles in them, but they're all different, and they're all different sizes, and they have the different shapes to them as well. So I think you can never have enough, to be honest. Then the other one I wanted to highlight as well was the beautiful Brilliant Wings dies. Now these match with our big butterfly stamp, but also too, you have, and I've actually put these onto magnetic sheets. They don't come on magnetic sheets, they come on white cardboard sheets, but I put them on magnetic sheets, and you get all of these dies in the one set. And so you've got the outline, which cuts out the individual butterflies from the stamp set if you're using the stamp set. Then you've got these individual butterflies as well, and then you've got these tiny ones here, and you've also got some texture that you can die cut, or basically it embosses the texture into your cards as well. So that's another great one, and there's a lot of dies in that set. So they're just a few that I wanted to highlight. I mean, I've got so many more, but they were just a few that I thought are really versatile for lots and lots of different projects. And they were ones that I thought I just would show you, that I thought maybe you might be interested in. Alrighty, let's get on. So remember, the seasonal sale runs from the 16th to the 16th to the 18th, sorry, of November 2021. Now, during that time, if you want to take advantage of the seasonal sale and of the joining special, you can take advantage of those products at a reduced price and still put them in your starter kit and still build your starter kit up to $235 and only pay $130. And then you'll be able to enjoy that beautiful 20% discount with Stampin' Up! As a happy shopper. So if you would like more information about any of that, please feel free to get in contact with me. Send me a message. I would love to help you. I'd love to answer any of your questions. Yeah, so let me know. Alrighty, now I'm going to show you what we are creating today. But before I do that, I'm just going to double check my comments to make sure, to see what I have missed. Oh, Megan's using her bag tonight. Awesome. Great. And she's already using her pen holder on her desk. Fantastic. She's put her badges on her apron. Awesome. So glad that you are using all of those. Yeah. Great. Oh, you're doing those cards with your team next weekend, Megan. That's a great idea. Awesome, awesome. Julie said she loves the suite and she has her eye on it. Awesome. When it's available, great. Hey, Judy, how you going? No worries, no worries. I was talking all about Onstage and the specials that are coming up. I'll be posting about that. Haha. When my iPad freezes, your face pulls some great funny faces. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad I can entertain you. Oh, great. Oh, great, Judy. You'll be able to take advantage of some of the ink pads. Yes. Yes, you did just buy some cardstock too. I'm so sorry. I didn't know about the special, the seasonal sale when you did purchase those. It hadn't been announced at that time, so I apologize for that, but I'm glad that you'll be able to take advantage of it for the ink pads that you need as well. That's awesome. Oh, Judy said that Megan said, pulled out my Big Shot this morning. I did some die cutting with the Eden's Garden dies while watching the Seahawks. Oh, cool. And Judy said she just finished casing my card. Ah, awesome. That's so great. Let me show you this beautiful paper. I'm still scrolling through. Ah, hey, Kelly. Kelly's here. No worries, Kelly. That's okay that you're late. All good. It's available on it will be available on the replay when I finish. So feel free to go back and watch the beginning because I showed some really exciting stuff and talked about some exciting stuff. So go back and check that out later on. Yes. So, Kelly said, awesome. Inks, dyes, might have to ask to borrow my lovely friend's die cutter. Paper stamps. Oh, I'm in trouble. Start your wish list, Kelly. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Megan, how you going? Hey, Megan Laconu. I believe it's somebody's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday to you. Happy hooray, happy hooray, happy hooray. I hope I got the date right, Megan. I saw it on Facebook this morning that it was your birthday. All right, let me show you this gorgeous paper. So this is coming out in the new catalogue as well. Whoops. It's called the Heart and Home Designer Series paper, and this coordinates with the stamp set and dies that I showed you before, but this is so beautiful. And it coordinates with my grid paper too. I feel like I'm talking at 1,000,000 miles an hour today. I'm so excited by all of this. You can probably tell. So I'm trying to separate all these papers and I'll have to turn them over to show you the other sides. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing a design. This one, I think. 6. Yeah, I've chopped into some of this because we used it for our creative time during Onstage on the weekend. There we go. I'll put these ones over to the side. So how gorgeous are these papers? Now look at this one. This one's got little busy bees on there. So they're all the beautiful papers. Aren't they gorgeous? Sorry, I'm going off the camera there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let me turn them over and show you the other side. So I've done it the wrong way. Hang on a minute. I'll have to do it back this way. So on this side, we've got some awesome wood textures. Here we go. Got all these different wood textures. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. It's hard to see them when they're all together. Oh, I'm missing one. Where's the one I'm missing? Oh, it'll be on the short piece. That short piece of, where did that go now? Where are you? There you are. This one. There we go. So look at all those different wood grains. I know it's a bit hard to tell on camera, but there's all different ones there. And they are awesome. They're going to make some great cards. Aren't they beautiful? And they go so well with this paper. And this paper is so pretty. I think it's really got a vintage feel. You could do some great vintage cards with these. You could do some more sort of boho card design cards with, you know, this one perhaps, and really beautiful colors. So there you go. So there's another little sneak peek coming up in the new catalog, the mini catalog. It'll be released to customers in January. I think it'll be the 3rd or 4th of January. I'm not sure of the exact date yet. It's the 3rd or 4th of January for customers, but demonstrators will be able to get their hands on some of these products in December, 1st of December. So if you want to get them early and you're not a demonstrator yet, have a chat with me. All right, are you ready to see what we're going to be playing with today? All right, I know I've been talking for a really, really long time, but I had so much to share with you today, and I was super excited about it all. Okay, so we're going to be playing with dies today and cardstock, not so much the ink. You all know about our inks, our classic Stampin' pads. I use them all the time. Oh, look, I've got a couple here I can just pull out. Not colours that coordinate, but they're ones I'm just pulling off my shelf. Actually, these are the colours we're going to be using. I'll show you the colours we are using today, although we're not doing any stamping today. So these projects obviously can be stamped on the inside, however, because you want to stamp a lovely greeting on the inside. Where's my... Oh, I can't find the other one I'm using today. Granny Apple Green. I think I've got that pulled out. Oh no, Amber's got it. Hang on a sec. There it is. Amber's been doing some crafting over the weekend too. And these are the colours that we're going to be using today. So we're using Pacific Point, Night of Navy, Granny Apple Green and White in our project today, with a little bit of Wink of Stella as well. So, but yes, ink pads, remember, they're going to be on special tomorrow. They'll be 15% off. So, great time to add to your collection. All right, so some dies we're going to be playing with today. Our main focus is going to be, and you can see I've used these ones quite a lot. I've got all my little spare pieces in here. This is the Pierced Bloom dies. Don't know if you can read that there. Pierced Bloom dies. And this one has got a whole heap of dies on it. Now you'll see I haven't put this one on my magnetic sheets. I've kept it on the white cardboard sheet that comes with it, and I traced around each one of them so I knew where to put them back so that I could fit them all back on the sheet in the case. I've pulled out the ones that we're already going to be using, and these are all of the ones. This is how many we're going to be using today from this set. We're going to be using all of these ones. Look at that. Using so many today. So this one's got a total of 25 dies in the set. It's a huge set of dies, this one. Remember, it's going to be on sale, 20% discount. So if you love this one, keep your eye out for that. Now we're also going to be using the beautiful Stitched Greenery Die. This is the one I used a few weeks ago when I did that gorgeous bird card, and I was talking about the Ornate technique. This time I'm actually going to be using it in the opposite way, not the Ornate way with the stitching poking out, but with the stitching actually pushed down into the cardstock. So we'll do that. Then we've got a set of label dies, which I didn't show you before, but this is another well-used one that we use an awful lot. It's called the Tasteful label dies. Again, you'll see I've got extra pieces in there. And these are all the different label dies that you have in this set. And this is an awesome set to use with any project. We're going to be using this large one today. Now, as well as that, we're also going to be using the Playful alphabet stamp set. And we've got all the alphabet letters in here. We've got numbers, we've got some symbols as well. Also too, we've got some letters in other languages as well. So if you perhaps are from other countries that have these different symbols for the lettering, then they're in there as well. Not every language, of course. But yeah, I love this set. This is really awesome. So we're going to be using 4 different die sets today. And I'm going to show you how we're going to incorporate those all together. And we're using some gorgeous cardstock. Let me show you the colors of cardstock we're going to be using. And we're going to be using our Wink of Stella as well. So our cardstock colors we're going to be using today are, I'll just pull them out of my pack here. We are using, as I said before, we're using Granny Apple Green, white, that's basic white, Pacific Point, and Night of Navy. How awesome do those colors look together? That's why I wore my green shirt, but it's not even the same color green. Look at that. Now that I look at them side by side, it's nowhere near the same color as the Granny Apple Green, but that's okay. So they're the colors that we are focusing on today. I've done some of the die cutting ahead of time too to save time, because I knew this project was going to take a while, and I knew I would probably talk a bit today, but we're going to also be making a fun fold card. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And I need to bring this grid paper up just a tad higher. There we go. Now, if you are shopping with me and you're looking for any of these products, remember that they're going to be on special tomorrow. So 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies from the annual catalogue. And you can find them in my online shop. And if you go to mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, or you can go to mandywitherby.stampinup.net and you'll click on the Shop Now button. And then remember to use my host code for November 2021, which is this one here. And when you use that and spend over $50, I'll be able to send you a lovely thank you gift for shopping with me. All right, are you ready to see the project? So I've shown you all the things that we're using. Oh, I've got some questions. Let me just address these questions before I show you. Megan said, time to get all the dies I've been putting off getting for ages. Yes, Megan, definitely. And because the other thing is too, of course, as demonstrators, not only do we get the 20% discount for the sale, we also get our demonstrator discount on top of that as well. So it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Oh, Judy said she's got 6 new stamp pads picked out already. That's great. Oh, you're going to watch the replay again later? Yep, awesome, good. Kelly said she's going to get a set. Fantastic. Oh, Megan thanked me for wishing her happy birthday. You're welcome. We've got 2 Megans on here today. And the other Megan said, I like it more now. I've seen it used than I did before. Oh, that's good. It's always great to see products used, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the wood look. Definitely, Kelly. The wood look of that designer series paper would be great for masculine cards. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I love wood look too. Oh, the mini catalogue's coming out on the 4th of January. Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much for that. I didn't see that. I hadn't actually looked closely at the release date yet. So for customers, it'll be the mini catalogue will be available on the 4th of January. Awesome. Hey, Rose. Oh, no worries at all. The replay will be available later on. Be sure to go back and see it if you can, Rose, because I talked about lots and lots of awesome things. And we've got a sale coming up tomorrow, Tuesday, the 16th of November, and it runs for 2 days. So 16th, 17th, and 18th, we've got a special coming up on ink pads, cardstock, and dies. Megan said she just put the alphabet on her wish list, the alphabet dies on her wish list, and she's wanted it for ages. Oh, that's great. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, I think I have got, feel free to put any more questions in the comments, and hopefully I will catch them as we go on. All right, so this is the card that we are making today. And as I said, we're focusing on the pierced blooms dies. We're focusing on those ones. oh well, using all of them, all those other dies that I showed you, but the main focus is on using all those beautiful elements, all those beautiful flowers and leaves from that one. And this card is a special card because it's a gatefold card. It's a fancy fold card. We love fancy fold cards. I don't do them super often because they end up taking me a really long time, but this one opens like that. So it's a bit different to your traditional opening card, adds a little bit more interest and it's a little bit more exciting for the recipient, but it's called a gatefold card. And there's all different types of styles of gatefold cards. This is only one of them. All right, so that's what we're going to be making today. Now you see why I die cut some of the pieces ahead of time. We're going to do the letters together today because I'm going to show you a tip with that, but all of the flowers and those embellishments, those embellishing leaves and things, I've die cut ahead of time. Oh, no worries, Megan. You got to go and get ready for Toastmasters. Okay, no worries. No worries at all. So that's what we're making today. So let me show you how we do that. So I'll just pop this over out of the way. Okay, so as I said, we're using all of these dies. So I've pulled them out of the die set already. I'll put them down here on my grid paper so that you can see them. Now with these leaves, this set of leaves that we have here, we've got two different ones. So they're going in opposite directions. With these ones, we've got two different sizes. We're going to use that one. We've got our other flowers up here. All of our little flower ones. We've got some flower centers here, and we've got this beautiful big bow. All right, so they are all the ones that we're going to be using. So if you would like to recreate this later, feel free to take a screenshot so you know which dies I've used, because there are an awful lot in that set. And yeah, it can be a bit confusing as to which one's which. So, and there's actually two of that leaf, and then there's two of these other leaves that are similar to these ones, but they're sort of wider and more rounded, whereas these ones are longer and narrower, or more narrow. So feel free to take a screenshot of those ones if you'd like to. All right. Okay, so they're the dies that we're going to be using. So I'll pop those over to the side. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pop them back in my little baggie because I don't want to lose them. Because if I drop any of these on the floor, my little puppy is probably going to pick them up. And I don't want her to choke on them or swallow them, because she picks up absolutely everything on the floor. Alrighty, so here's all of our pieces. I've got all the measurements for you. Here's all our little bits and pieces. You can see I've got all the flowers all cut for you. Oh, I missed it. Look, there's a die I missed. I'll pop that. Lucky I saw that one. Alrighty. And as I said, these are all the colors. So I'll tell you the measurements that we're going to use for, I've even cut my label ahead of time as well. And these are all my pieces here. So I'll give you all the measurements and then I'll lay everything out so that you can see what you'll need. All right, so with the base, we're going to start with a base of 21 centimeters by 14.85 centimeters. I'm going to show you how to score and fold that to make our gatefold card in a moment. Then you're going to need a layer. Now I've already cut my layers for the inside as well. So these layers on the inside are exactly the same measurements as the one on the outside. Okay. So I've got two pieces of each of these. So the Granny Apple Green is 8.5 centimeters by 12.85 centimeters. And then the basic white is 8.1 centimeters by 12.45 centimeters. And we're going to be embossing one of these with the beautiful leaves dies. So we are going to be doing a little bit of embossing and a little bit of die cutting today, but not everything because I've already done a lot of it for you already. Now for the extra pieces, basically what I did for all of these little die cut pieces, you can grab out a card front size of each piece of the colors that we're using, or use up your scraps. I actually used up my scraps, so I don't know the exact amount of the exact size that you would need to die cut all of these pieces, but just cut a card front size. So basically you'll cut an A4 piece of cardstock in quarters, and start from there if you're unsure or if you don't have scraps in these colors, and start from there. So each one of these measures 10.5 across, 10.5 by 14.85, except for my Night of Navy, because that's a scrap that I had. It's a little bit shorter. But yeah, if you're unsure, just start with that and then just cut them down to size as you need them. All right, but I used up a whole heap of my scraps to do my die cutting. So there we go. All right, so these are all the pieces. Let me lay them out for you. So you've got two of those leaves, or two of those ones that curve off towards the right, one that curves off to the left. You've got the label die, which is from the separate set. We've got the bow, we've got the large flower, the small flower, a small set of leaves, and then I'm just laying all these out for you so that if you want to take a screenshot of how many I used, and you might not even want to use all of these, you might want to use less, you might want to add more, totally up to you if you want to recreate this one. So I've got two of the centers, I've got some of these little tiny flowers. So I've got two of the Pacific Point and two white ones. Then we've got some more flowers over here, two of these ones. Are these all fitting on camera? I hope they are. Yep. And then we've got some more little ones. Oh, there's another white one. Whoops. There we go. And then you've got, so that's all from the one set. Okay, that's from the Pierced Blooms. Hang on a sec. I'll put this down so you can see it. So pierced, that's the Pierced Blooms dies. They're all the pieces that you'll need. Okay, so you got all of those. The code for the Pierced Blooms, if you want this one, is, I'll put it in the comments for you. It's trying to type here. Pierced Blooms Die. Sorry, I haven't got my computer on today, so I'm doing this on my iPad today. I forgot to get my computer out, and in fact I was running out of space. There you go. So there's I just put it in the comment there, the Pierced Blooms dies, and it's 154312. Yeah, just double checking that I did put that in correctly. Okay, so that's that one. All right. And then you'll need a piece for the label as well. Now, if you don't have these label dies, you could always use a different one as well. This is the Tasteful label dies. I'll put that in as well. Tasteful label dies, and the code I can't read because I've got all my spare pieces in there, so I'll have to pull that out to read that. It is 152886. There you go. I'll put that in the comments for you as well. I will add all of these in the description of the video as well later on. So don't be too worried if you miss it or if I forget to post which one's which. Okay. All right. So I'll pop all of these little pieces over to the side. We're going to layer together some of our flowers today and make some, as you'll see here on the sample, I've layered together some of those flowers to make different layering flowers, I suppose. So yeah, they look really great when you layer them together like that. All right, now the first thing we need to do is our card base. So I'm going to bring in my die cutting, my die cutting machine, not yet. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and show you how to create this fun fold card, this gatefold card. So on your paper trimmer, you've got two blades. The lighter grey one is for scoring. The dark grey one is for cutting. You can push them out of the way, one at the top, one at the bottom, depending on which one you're using. The arm lifts up on your trimmer. The arm that comes with it is in inches, so it's in metric, but you can purchase the extra arm and switch it out if you want to have centimetre measurements, if you like to use your centimetre measurements down there. You also have an extension ruler here at the side that goes all the way out to 43.5 centimeters, or 17 and what's that, about 17.25 inches. Okay, so it goes all the way out there, and then when you're not using it, you just fold it away. All right, it's got inches and centimeters along the top. I'm going to be scoring in centimeters. So I'm going to move my cutting blade away down to the bottom. We're going to take our cardstock and we're going to score it at 5.25. All right, because what we want to do is we want each of those sides to fold into the middle. And these ones, when I did this sample, it didn't quite meet in the middle, but it doesn't matter too much because then you've got this on the top, and anyway, it's going to be displayed probably sitting up anyway, so it doesn't matter if they don't quite meet in the middle. But we want to try and get them as close as we can. All right, so let's go to 5.25. So 0.25 is halfway between 2 and 3. Well, I mean, the 0.2 and 0.3. So we're just going to score that a couple of times with our scoring blade. Then we're going to turn the cardstock around to the other side, and we're going to do the same again on the other end. So 5.25, score again. Okay. All right, so now we've got a score line here and a score line here. And now we're going to, I'm just going to flip that over so that I'm folding in towards the mountain fold, or the part of the cardstock where we scored that sits up. Okay, the other side that sits down is the valley fold, but the mountain fold is what's going to be on the inside. So we are simply going to fold that in and fold in the other side and see how close we got them. Not quite matching, but you know what we're going to do? I'm going to see if I can hold that together like so, and then I'm going to burnish the fold lines with my bone folder, which you can find in the annual catalogue or under tools in my online store. There we go. That's still not quite lined up in the middle. If you don't have a scoring tool, feel free just to fold the sides of your cardstock in to the center, and your center is going to be so this is measuring 10.5, so your center is 5.25. So fold them in and burnish. I just like to pre-score first because I find that I get a nicer, crisper fold. So there we go. All right, so there's our card base. Now we're going to need to bring in our die cutting machine, and we're going to emboss one. Oops, we're going to emboss one of our white pieces, which I gave the measurements for, with our Stitched Greenery dies. Okay, this is a really large one, this one. So this is the Stitched Greenery dies. Maybe somebody would like to put the code in there for me. It's the Stitched Greenery dies, and it's 155451. 155451. If nobody's available to do that, that's okay. Don't be worried, because I will put all the codes for these products in the description. All right. Going to bring in my large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine today. We're bringing out the big guns today because we've got to do a lot of cutting today and embossing. Now this particular die will not fit through the mini machine because it is so large and wide. It needs the width of the opening of the large machine. Okay, so we're going to pop our cardstock down on our plate. So I've got my number 1 base plate. Whoops, haven't got the number showing. I'll just turn that around. My number 2 thin die adapter, clear plate, then my cardstock. And yes, my plate is well used and a little bit bowed, but that's okay. It's still working at the moment. And then we're going to put the detailed side down on our cardstock. Now I'm going to turn this a little bit at an angle, which will help it to feed through the machine because it's got such a straight edge. Sometimes the straight edge machines can catch a little bit in the rollers, but if you put them at a little bit of an angle, it does help them to feed through the rollers much more easily. All right, then clear plate on top, and we're going to crank that through. It's a little bit tight, this one, because it's such a large die, and it's going to make a pop probably at the end. Oh, it didn't make the pop. There we go. That's good. All right. Oops, just move that out of the way for a moment. And then when we take that off, we've got those gorgeous leaf details I embossed into our cardstock, or cut into our cardstock. Now, when I used this the other week, I actually turned it over the other side because I wanted the ornate effect with the stitching showing up, with the textured side up, I should say. But this time I'm actually having it with it pressed into the cardstock. All right, so we've got that piece done. That is great. Now we need to do our, so we'll pop that one away. Now we need to do our lettering, and I'm going to show you how to do the lettering. So I'll move the plates away for a moment, and I'll bring in, they're the pieces for my card. I'll bring in my scrap of basic white, or my card front piece, which I'm starting with for my cutting. And we'll bring in the alphabet letters. Here we go. And we're going to do the word hello. So you can do whatever word you like. These are quite large, so depending on the orientation of your card, if you were doing a card that went landscape, you'd fit a longer word. But because I'm doing a portrait style card and I've only got a smallish label there, I could only fit sort of the 5 letters on there. You might be able to fit thanks. I guess if it went right to the edge or overhung a little bit, it wouldn't matter too much. But I'm just doing hello. I thought hello was a good sentiment because you can use it for lots of different things. All right, so let's pull out our letters. I'm going to, oh, before I do that, or you know what I'll do? I'm going to work out, first of all, how much cardstock I'm going to need. All right, so I'm just going to pop them down like this. I've got a couple of L's in there, so that's handy. I don't need to cut that twice. I only need to cut that once. Oops. And we've got the O. All right. So just pop those to the side. Now, so we're going to work out how much cardstock we need to be able to cut these letters. So we need about that much. All right, so I'll just put a little pencil mark around there so I can see how much we need. Okay. So I'm going to cut that piece of cardstock out. I'll just do that quickly off camera just to save a bit of time. Okay, so there's my cardstock. Now, what I'm going to do, because I want these letters to pop up off the card, and if I hold it sideways, can you see that they've got a bit of dimension to them? You might be wondering how I did that. Now that is only one layer of cardstock on there, but we've got a secret weapon now. We have the amazing foam adhesive sheets. So they are like the Stampin' Dimensionals, and as you know, the Stampin' Dimensionals are cut into little segments, little hexagon segments, and we've got the larger size and the minis. So, but what this is, it's the same stuff, but it's not cut. It's not pre-cut, so you can cut it to whatever size you like. And you get, I think it's 5 sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you get 5 sheets in the pack. You can find this with the adhesives. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use a sheet of this. Well, not a whole sheet. I'm just going to cut some down to what I need. Keep all your extra pieces because they will come in handy. Sorry for the crinkling of the plastic there. I know that can be a bit noisy on camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how much I need for this piece of cardstock. Just put a mark there and a mark there. Or you can hold it on there as you cut. And I'm going to cut a piece of this adhesive foam to fit right behind that cardstock. And then we're going to adhere it and we're going to die cut the whole thing. So then, I'm just going to, there we go. So now we've got a big strip. Okay. So then what we can do is we can adhere our foam. So it's got paper on both sides, but it is adhesive. So tear off that paper and adhere that to your cardstock. Oh, I might have wasted a little bit there on the edge. I did too. Well, that's all right. Let's see if we can put the paper back on there. And we'll just trim that bit off so we can use that for something else. There we go. I'll just trim that. We'll keep that piece. We don't want to waste any. All right, so now I've got a piece of white cardstock that has already got mounting foam already on it. So now we can line up our letters on there and we can die cut them. Now, if you place these strategically and evenly spaced, what you can actually do is you can then use the negative space that is left from this to use it on another card. I'm not going to fuss too much about that because it'll take me too long and I don't want to, it's all sticking. Hang on, I've got sticky fingers. Yeah, I'm not going to fuss too much about that, but you can, if you want to utilize your cardstock, utilize your foam, just, yeah, get them placed nicely or strategically, and then you can keep it for another project. So I've got that there. I'm going to take a piece of old washi tape, or you can use painter's tape or masking tape or post-it notes, and I'm just going to whack that across there like so to hold them in place, and we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. All right, let's bring back in the big guns. Now this one could have been done on the small machine, but I thought, why pull out two machines when I can just use the one, and that'll save fiddling around. All right, now this foam will go through the die cutting machine. You still use the same plates in the same sandwich that I just had them in before. Don't need to adapt any of them, okay? Because that foam will actually squash down. Oops, that foam will actually squash down as you cut it, and then it will pop back up once it's run through. Now you might want to run it through a couple of times because you have got the thickness of the foam. I might go 3 times just to be sure. There we go. And I think that's the only other die cutting that we're doing today. Everything else I'm pretty sure I've got done, unless I've forgotten something. There we go. Okay. So now when oh, thanks Megan, thanks for putting up the Stitched Greenery Die code. I appreciate that. Hey Lee. Oh, no worries Lee. Your last week of work before you retire on Friday. Oh, have a wonderful week, and congratulations on your retirement. That is so awesome. All right, so then we're just going to pop these out of the foam. There we go. So we've got our H. I'm pushing them through from the other side. Now, if you were using this for, as I said, if you, like I'm doing this pretty rough, yeah, I'm being pretty rough with it because I'm in a hurry. But if you were doing it to keep this piece for another project, then of course, you know, take care as you're doing it, but I'm just ripping them out right now because I want to get them out in a hurry. There we go. Now we've got to pop out the center of our O. If you can get it out. Oh, I've got it washi taped in, that's why. So we're going to take all that washi tape off. The washi tape's actually holding that in, I think. And then that should pop out. There we go. That was it. Yeah, look, there we go. Then that O pops out. You could even use that for something as another little embellishment, maybe a flower center or something if you wanted to. Okay, and then see how we've got the negative. If I took that washi tape off, then you've got the negative there of the hello that you can use on another project. Okay, once you take the washi tape off, of course. Okay, so let's remove these out of the letters. Just carefully take them out. Now the cardstock is on that top side and we've got the adhesive on the other side, but the adhesive at the moment, or the foam, has still got that paper backing on it. I'll just take off the washi tape from, oh, I'll do that later because that'll take time. I'll get all that washi tape off later. So I'm being careful to remove these letters with their backing paper on that adhesive because we don't want that to stick. Now this is a bit of a funny font, this one, just so you know, so you don't think I've got the letters upside down, but it's got like low cross, what do you call them, cross strokes on the letters. There we go. There's another one. That's the L. Yeah, so it looks like, at first when I saw it, I thought, oh, hang on, the E's upside down. And then I realized, oh, no, it's not. It's just the style of the font. Okay, there we go. So there's our letters. I'm going to pop them back. I was going to pop them back straight onto my sheet because the letters are ones that are really easy to lose. So be sure to put them back away straight away. I've actually done an outline. You might see on my magnetic sheet, I've done an outline around each letter. So I know exactly where they go, if there's any missing, and also to how to fit them back on my die sheet. And these ones do slip around a little bit because they're so small. So I'm constantly readjusting them to keep them all where they should be. So, all right, so I'll pop them back in the packet. So that's the Playful alphabet dies. Alrighty, okay, so now I think we've got all of our items ready to go, all of our pieces. So let's see, we've got our hello and we've got all of our beautiful florals over here and our big bow. There we go, and our card base. So these are all the pieces that you'll need. Okay, and then we're going to need some bling as well. And I've got some special bling selected for you, so I'll show you that later. But as I said, I did all the die cutting of the flowers because I knew that took a really long time when I was doing that last night. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. And I knew my live would go long. So I thought I'd just pre-do them. Alrighty. So we've got those all ready to go. So what we're going to do first of all is we'll just pop all of that over to the side, and we're going to layer up these pieces first. Okay, so we want, we're going to basically adhere the white to the granny apple green, and we're going to do that with each of those sets. Okay, so we can do that really quickly with some Stampin' Seal. Now with the die cut piece, note that it has got the stitched die pieces cut out of it, so when you're using adhesive, you may not want to use, you might want to use a dry adhesive like tear and tape or Stampin' Seal rather than using a liquid glue for this part, because there's a lot of cut out pieces and I'm not sure if the glue will actually ooze through the holes and make the front of the card a bit sticky. So you certainly won't want to do that. Whereas when we're putting together the flowers, we are going to use the liquid glue. But not for these matte layers because they're a bigger section. Okay, so we've got that one ready to go, and then we're going to do the same with these two because these ones are for the inside. Well, I'm actually going to do the inside of my card with you all today. I don't normally do the insides when I'm on live. I normally do them after I've finished, just to save on a bit of time. Oops, got some sticky on my fingers. Hang on a minute. Let me get that off so that I don't make my cardstock sticky. There you go. So this is just basic white and granny apple green cardstock. There we go, and that's for the inside. Now I'm not going to put that one in just yet. I'm going to wait until I've got the one on the front first. So what we'll do is we'll pop this on the front. Now we want to center this on the front. And the way that I'm going to do that, work out exactly where I want to put my adhesive, is to work out how that's going to look first, okay, with an even border. Now we're going to only adhere it to the left side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over upside down, line that back up again, see where that's going to sit. Move that over a little bit. And now I can see where that center line is, and I want to put my adhesive only on the left side of that center line there, because we don't want to be adhering it on the other side. Okay, so I'll just put a bit more near the edge there. Oh, a bit more up the top. Didn't quite get some up the top there and down the bottom. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to flip that back over and line it back up in the middle. Tear and tape would be another great idea for this, or for this part you could use a liquid glue as well. Okay, line that up in the center, press that down, and now you can see it's only adhered to the left side so that we've got that gatefold. Okay, so now that you've got that one on there, you can adhere the inside one, being sure to line that up exactly where you've got this one too, so that if there is a little bit of a gap or it does pop open, you don't kind of see it hanging out at the top or hanging out at the bottom. It'll actually be sitting right behind that front panel. I hope that makes sense how I just explained that. Sometimes it's hard to explain things. You know how it's, if you line it up in the middle, it should be right anyway. Okay, so then we're just going to line that up in the middle. Trying to get those borders even. Before I push that down, I'm just going to close that and double check. I haven't quite got that quite lined up. Just move it over a little bit. It's down a bit low. I'll just move it up a tad. So liquid glue would be good for this step because then you can quickly move it around. Check it again. There we go. So they're lining up fairly well now. I might just need to go up just a tad more still. Just a little bit more. I might have stuck it too tight now. Let's see, that's better. Okay, so when I close that, see, you can't see the one underneath. It's completely hidden behind that one. That's what we want. So then we'll give that a firm press. You can stamp a sentiment on this one later, or you can leave it to write a lovely message to whoever you're sending this card to. All right, so there we go. Now when you get that piece in, you might just want to burnish this again. You can burnish both of those edges again. All right, so that's the basis of our card. Now you can use those measurements to do lots of different designs for your gatefold card. That's your basic gatefold card, okay? And then you can embellish that however you like. All right, so to begin with, we are going to create some of our flowers. All right, we're going to layer them up. To do that, I am bringing in my Stampin' Pierce mat. And this is one that I only use for piercing and shaping. So I've got a few of these mats. I keep one just specifically for stamping, so it has a nice flat surface. This one I use for piercing and shaping, so it's got a few holes in it and things like that. I think the other side is worse. Yeah, this side is worse. But if you want to keep one side for piercing and shaping and one side for stamping, then that's a really good idea. So that and I write it just with a Sharpie, just so that the stamping side is completely smooth, because if I tried to stamp on this side that's got all the piercing in it, it may affect my stamped image. Okay, it may or may not, but I don't want to risk it, so I just keep that one for that. I'm also going to use my silicone craft sheet for some of the gluing as well. All right, to put together, oh, no worries, Kelly, no worries. Yes, definitely catch the replay later, all good. All right, we are going to create some of these flowers, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So for the largest one, we need this one here, we need this one here, and this one here. Okay, and basically all we're going to do, now you can shape these up a little bit if you want to. I have got here my shaping tool for my Take Your Pick tool, so I'll just change that over. Actually, have I got my old... Just see if I've got I have got my old tool. So I'm just going to, oh, I've already got one in there. There you go. Look, I've already got a stylus in there. This is the one that I broke my spatula on, but I've got my stylus tool there all ready to go. So let's use that one. Now, if you want to, you can shape these a little bit with this one here to make the petals pop up. I just go around that stitched area there and see how that makes the petals pop up on your flower. That's just a little bit of shaping. For this one, I'll just go round and round in the center. And then for this one, I'll just push a little bit in the middle. And then basically all we're going to do is we are going to adhere them together with some multi-purpose liquid glue. So I'll do the little one first. You can pop the glue on the piece. You can pop the glue in the center, whichever way you would like to do it. And now because these are stitched, I will just pop them on my silicone craft sheet. You can pop that one down in the middle. If you would like to use tweezers, you can use tweezers to hold them. I used to always use tweezers when I did my paper piecing. And then for this one, put a little bit of glue in the middle there. and attach that centerpiece. So just layering up, creating 3 layers of flowers. Then you've got a beautiful center there for your layer. Oh, Judy says her take a pic tool has mysteriously gone missing. Oh no, it'll be there somewhere. Oh, hey Navon, you made it, yay. Yes, I am good, thank you. I'm all pumped after Onstage on the weekend. I'm very excited today, and I've been sharing all about Onstage in my live today. So if you missed it, feel free to go back and watch the replay if you'd like to hear about what I shared. All right, for this white one, we are going to use the white piece, a Night of Navy piece, and the Pacific Point piece. And again, I will shape them. So just round and round in circles, pressing down a little bit on some of those stitched lines just to give a little bit of dimension. You can even push to. There we go. Those little ones pop up much easier. All right, so I'll layer together the little pieces first. I'm going to pop them over onto my silicone craft sheet again too because of those stitched lines. Whoops. Oh, he's jumping on there. There you go, little one. Okay, oh, just get rid of that excess glue there. Otherwise, that's going to leave a sticky mess. So when I'm doing these, if the shape of the flowers is too similar, I just twist them a little bit so that the shapes offset, so that you can see the shape of the other one underneath. There we go. All right, and then we'll pop a little bit of glue down. Oh, that was a lot of glue. That was a lot of glue, not a little bit of glue. And pop that center one there. There we go. Okay, that's flower number 2. And then we're going to do the medium-sized flower. So we want the medium 5-petal flower, another one of those same centers, and then another blue, the Pacific Point one there. So we'll shape this one as well. It's going round and round on that stitched line till that pops up. This one as well, you can give a little push. This one will shape a little bit too. There we go. All right, pop that on there. So you really can, with the pierced blooms dies, there are so many floral blooms in there that you can really layer them up any way that you want to. Yeah, they're lots of fun to play with. I was up till all hours this morning playing with this, deciding which way I wanted to layer up my flowers. Hey Tina Marie, great to have you with us. Oh, that's okay, no worries. Oh, she said, no, the other person who makes the occasional card has possibly lost it somewhere on set last week. Ah, okay. All right, so there we've got our 3 flowers, and we're also going to be using one of these little white individual flowers. So we'll just give that one a little bit of a shape. I've got a couple of extra flowers here too, because when you do die cut these little ones, they die cut 3 at a time. So I've got a few spare ones, and that Night of Navy one always die cuts too. So you've got a couple of spare ones. If you want to shape them at the same time, you can. You might want to use them on your project as well. Yeah, totally up to you how you want to use them. All right, now with your leaves, you might want to do a little bit of shaping with your leaves. So again, you can use because they've got the stitching, they actually shape really well. You can use the stylus again to run down some of those seams to shape your leaf. All right, and you can see that's starting to curl up already. Another way you can do it is to use your bone folder, and you simply turn it over upside down, put it on the bone folder, put your thumb on top, and run it like that, as if you were curling ribbon. All right, so you can do it either way. I like doing it with the bone folder for my leaves. It's much quicker. So we'll give those all a little bit of shaping, because we've got shape in the flower, so we should carry that through with the shape of our leaves. There we go. So we've got 3 large leaves, 3 small leaves. We've got these little tiny ones as well. We'll just curl the ends of those. Being careful with this one, because you've got this little stem here. So kind of want to secure it, like support that, by holding the base of the leaf when you curl it. If you hold it by the stem, obviously it might break because it's only delicate. And then with these ones, you can just do each individual leaf really gently. When you're using your stylus to shape, you just have to be a little bit careful that you don't press too hard, because you can break down the fibers in the cardstock and push it all the way through. And also too, it can leave marks in it. So depending on what you're shaping, and if you're layering and things like that, it doesn't matter so much. But yeah, with the leaves and things like that, I didn't want to leave sort of sketchy lines on them. So that's why I prefer to use my bone folder. Although with these ones, because you've got the stitching, if you go over the stitching, you won't see any lines when you're using your stylus. But some of the other leaves that don't have that stitched detail, then sometimes they can look a bit, you can actually imprint lines in them. If you want to imprint veins in them, then you can do that too with your stylus as well. I would use the fine tip of the stylus if you want to put veins in your leaf, like intentional vein detail. I would use that one. All right, so now we've got everything shaped, we've got all of our flowers made, we are ready to construct our card. So there you go. Yeah, a bit of a detailed project today. Just takes a little bit of time. It's not difficult at all. It just takes a little bit more time. The bow is, I'm just keeping that. Oh, look, let's just give a little bit of detail to the bow as well, hey? Very delicate, so we're just doing it very gently and softly. And I will be putting some Wink of Stella on that, but I'll do all my Wink of Stella at the end. All right, so that is some other ways of using some of those tools that we have. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going to just pop it in my holder. So I've got it upside down, so it all is at the tip ready to go. All right, now have I missed any questions? You're watching, Navon says she's watching me. And the Adele special at the same time. Oh, nice. Oh, she has a beautiful voice, doesn't she? Yes, I agree, Navon. She's very, very talented lady. Alrighty. So what we want to do now is we are going to first of all put down our label, and then we're going to build everything up. However, what we're going to do is we need to make sure where we're going to be putting our leaves as well. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. So this time I'm going to use the individual dimensionals. So I'll just grab my other take your pick tool. I'm starting a new sheet of dimensionals today, which is always nice. And I'm just going to pop some of these down. Now, I don't want to go too heavy with the dimensionals on this one this time, because I need to leave some spaces where I'm going to be able to squeeze those leaves in around there, and the flower as well. Pop one in the middle. There we go. So I'm leaving some gaps around these dimensionals so I can tuck some of those other elements in there. All right, so I'm going to lay this all down first. And this one, actually, I probably shouldn't have put that insert in just yet, because that's starting to pop this up. I think on my original, I didn't put it in till the end, but that's okay. I can hold this down with my hand. And now we're going to work out where we're going to layer everything. So we've got, whoops. In fact, you know what we might do? Oh no, yes, we'll do this. We'll put our hello on here first, and then we'll layer everything else around that, actually. We'll do that. So to do this, I'm going to use my grid paper to help me to get everything lined up. Oh, I've got hair here now too. Whoop. So last night I added the hello a bit further through the process, but I'll actually do that now, because then that will help us to line the other things up. There we go. All right, so I'm using my grid paper to line up the points here on my label so that I can work out where my letters are going. And what I like to do is lay the letters on here first. And this, you might like to use your tweezers if you have any trouble with dexterity. I know some of us have got arthritis and things like that, or you know, other issues with our hands. I actually hurt my wrist again the other night. Thankfully it's come good again. I straight away put my wrist guard on, so it's okay today. So get that nice and lined up, and you can use your grid paper, and except when it pops like that. I probably should have done this first before I put the dimensionals on the back. So yeah, if you're doing this later, maybe do your lettering first and then put the dimensionals on the back of the label, because it's a little bit wonky now. So I'm just trying to line these up in the middle, looking at the points here, of course, of the label. Now that O looks like it's in a pretty good space. I might grab my tweezers and just move these around till I get them lined up and evenly spaced, and then I'm going to adhere each letter as we go. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to adhere my E first in between those two. All right, so peel the backing off that mounting foam, and maybe I'll hold it with my tweezers too till I get it down. So just line that up, hold your breath everyone, get that straight. There we go. Good. And then I'll do my L. So you can see I'm working, starting in the center and working my way out. I'm not using my Easy Grip tweezers this time, because I think they will hold it a little bit tightly and the letters will probably stick a bit too much to them. So I'm just using my traditional tweezers. And no, these are not my eye plucking tweezers, my eyebrow plucking tweezers. These are my craft ones. All right, so we'll pop that one down there. Come unstuck there, you. There we go. All right. So now I've got those three down. It should be easier to line these end two letters up. Here we go, and we'll line up our H at the beginning. Try and get that lined up nice and straight. Hang on, I will use my tweezers actually for this one, except I've got the other side of it caught on my finger now. Oh, peel that off. There we go, line that up. Oh, not quite straight, but that's okay. All right, so there's our hello. Okay, and we've got that beautiful dimension of that hello on there, which I love that. That looks great. Okay, so now let's work out where all our other bits are going. Oh, we could also put our bow on there now too, because our bow is going in the center. So let's add that now too. It's going in the center right below our hello. So just a little bit of adhesive there. And we'll just pop that on now. So it's going to go in the center. It's going to make sure that we can, that our little, the loops on our bow don't cover up our letter. There we go, is that lined up? Yep, that's pretty good there. Okay, so there we've got our bow on there. Now we can work out all of our other bits and pieces. Okay, so just lay that on there. If you want to measure exactly the top and the bottom to see that you've got it lined up exactly, you can. I did do that last night, I have to admit. But we are going to now take our leaves, and if you've got some of these curved too much, you can just flatten them back out by using your bone folder in the opposite direction. So that will be that way. If you need to tuck them under, which I didn't think about when I shaped them, but they will need to tuck under, so those last two leaves, I'll actually straighten them back out again. So they need to go right under there. There we go. Okay, got our label. This one is going to go under here, like so, and then this one is going to go in the opposite direction and be a little bit lower. And then we've got a couple of these other leaves. I've got a larger one tucked in behind there, and then one of the smaller ones tucked in there. All right, so I'm going to adhere those ones down first. Oh, and it just all slid off again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put, where did I put that before? I'm going to grab a little bit of blue tack. Now, I don't recommend doing this too often. I'm going to pop a little bit of blue tack underneath here to just hold this piece down, but don't leave it in place too long because the oil will actually come out of the blue tack into your cardstock. So remember to remove it and don't leave it sit there too long. It's a little trick I do sometimes when I'm photographing my cards. There you go, it makes it sit down. When I photograph my cards, sometimes I do that just to hold them down while I photograph them. But you've got to take it back off pretty quickly because otherwise you don't want that oil to leach into your beautiful card. Although currently I've got it on the back of a layer, so it wouldn't matter as much. All right, so just a little bit of glue there at the base of those leaves, not all the way to the tip, because remember we've curved those to shape them. That popped back up again. And we're going to pop that one there in the corner, going up towards the corner there. There we go. And those two can sit down flat. And then one going in the opposite direction. Bit more glue. Glue, glue, glue. I ended up having to add extra glue last night to some of my flowers because I realized these ones are quite delicate because they've only got a very thin stem, and I thought, oh, they feel a bit loose. They felt like they were going to fall off, so I added extra glue. Navon says, I love that leaf background you have. This one here, yeah, this is beautiful. This is one I showed at the a bit earlier. I was going to say at the beginning, but it wasn't really the beginning. It's this one here, and it's the Stitched Greenery Dies. This is a beautiful die. It imprints that beautiful stitched look into them, which I love. All right, and then we'll do a large leaf. So we're just going to layer up a little bit. So we'll pop a large leaf in here. Oh, where am I going? I'm with this one. This one's going in here. And then the smaller one, let's put a bit of glue on the back there. The smaller one is going to come down here. So we've got a lovely collection of leaves. You can pop this back on over the top to see if you're happy with how everything is positioned there. There we go. And then just stick that all down. All right, so we've got a bit of a collection there of leaves. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to add our elements that are going down the bottom here. So I've got a flower. So the flower, that's the largest flower. It's going to go, oh, I forgot to add the leaves to this one. So this one is going to have leaves adhered directly to the back of the flower. So to do that, I'll put a little bit of glue on the base of the flower there and just pop that in behind two of the petals. So just hold that there for a moment. Okay, and then we'll do the same with the other one. And that one is going to go in between the next two petals. And I like to sort of have my leaves not quite the same length, not to have them exactly the same. There we go. So just hold that. I'm just squeezing that for a moment to let that glue dry. Get that glue off my fingers. And then with this one, I've got a couple of extra leaves here. We've got to add that to our other flower in a moment. All right, and then this one's going to tuck under here. And this piece here is going to come from behind that flower too, there somewhere. All right, so if we pop, yep, just trying to work out where this is going to position. So if we pop this one down, and as I said, we're using the liquid glue, so we'll have a little bit of time to move things around if we need to. So work out where that one's going to go. And this one's going to slip in underneath like so. So it'll go about there. And that one's going to go over the top. Yep. All right, so then we'll put some glue onto this one. Now this one's got quite a lot of layers, so we'll put lots of glue on that one. and this one's going down into the corner, and the leaves on these ones are going to go off the page a little bit, like off the that front center piece, like so. Just lining that up. There we go. Before that all sticks, you can quickly pop your label back over the top to see if you're happy with how that's all looking. Yep, all good. Great, and then we'll push that down nice and firmly. All right, now the other elements are all going on top of the label. So now we can put the label down. All right, so we'll take all of our backing pieces off our dimensionals, all of our paper backings. Have I laminated the new grid paper? No, I haven't actually, Megan, but that is a fantastic idea. That is. I'm not sure how it would go under the cameras though, under the lights. It might reflect a little bit perhaps, but I should try one of the pieces. We did get 5 pieces of the new grid paper, so I could certainly try it and see how it goes. There we go. So then we're just going to pop our label down now. So that's our extra layer. And now we'll add these little, the little leaf duo, the little set of 2 leaves. We're going to add behind our little flower. So we'll just have that coming out from behind 2 of those petals. Wow, it's kind of between 3 petals really, isn't it? Like that. Oh, let's get that to adhere. Getting sticky fingers. Okay, so we've got that like that. Now, while that is drying, we'll let that dry for a minute. And this one that we already made, this is going to go in the center of our bow. So I'll pop that down in the center of our bow. So this is like a full-on class today, isn't it? It's a big project. Very detailed. I'll just move that right up to that L. And that one's going down there. Now we're going to add our bling at the end. Okay, and then our little white one, we're going to pop that down here on the bow. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue just on the back of that flower, and this one is going to just pop up. It's just going to sit up here. Oops. On there, on the bow. There we go. Okay, now we need to add this flower to this part of our project here. And I kind of just kept fiddling with this to try and get those leaves at a good angle. Sort of going out to the side is good, just fills out that edge a little bit. All right, so we're going to attach that to, so I want glue on those 2 petals there and in the center to attach like so. It's going to attach there. Now, if you want to, if you're worried about that sitting up a little bit, you can pop, you can, actually, let's do that. Let's sneak a little dimensional under there. I don't know if I'll fit a large one under there. Last night, I think I used a small one. You can just sneak a little dimensional under there where it's going to sit. Yeah, I think I'll put a small one actually, where it's going to sit down onto the cardstock, just to give it a little bit more stability there. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so we'll just take the backing off that. So now that's sticky both sides. There we go. Oh, it's sticking to my sticky fingers too. Come off. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to slip that in under there and press that flower down onto there. So now that's nice and secure. So the parts that are on the label are just adhered with liquid glue, and then there's a little dimensional under that part that's going down onto the cardstock. All right, so that is all our pieces. I think I have an extra leaf here. Oh, I think I die cut an extra one. I didn't use that one. Yeah, that's just an extra one. I could add it. Do I need it? I might not need it though. I think we've got enough. Yeah, I think we've got enough going on up there. This one's not quite where I had it last time, but that's okay. It is a bit lower. I think I did have one in here last time. Let's see. No, I think, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I need that leaf in there? Might be a bit much. I think I'll just leave it. I'll leave that white space. All right. Okay, so there we go. So now we need to add our bling. And the bling that I've chosen for this project is one that I haven't used much yet. And it's this one here. It's the Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. And there's 3 different shapes in here and 2 different colours. Now you can colour these with your Stampin' blends too if you want to, if they're not the colours that you want to be using. But we've got the clear shapes here, and you can see I've coloured one here already, which I didn't end up using, but I think I just did that as a demonstration. But we've also got the silver ones. So they come in the circles, the diamonds, and the teardrops. I think I've got that upside down. There you go. Or raindrops. These would be great for raindrops. So I'm just going to use some of the circles. And the best way to do these, so that the backs of these don't come off as you're trying to pick them up, I like to bend the backing paper or the backing plastic that they're on and lift them up that way. And then that way they don't separate from the silver backing that they're on. And then we're just going to pop these down in between each of our, in the centers of each of our flowers. These are really pretty, these ones. I don't know why I hadn't used them before. Oh, I got 2 then. That's all right. We'll pop one down here, and this little one can go on the, whoops. This one can go on the little flower here. There we go. And then we're going to pop one more down on our label. This one is going to go down here. There we go. Now we've got to remove that, got to remove the, what do you call it? Blue tack, because we don't want that to leave a oily mark on our project there. So there we go. There is my beautiful hello card. There we go. Oh, you know what we didn't add? We didn't add the Wink of Stella, because I just saw this one and thought, oh, that one's sparkly. I forgot. So let's grab the Wink of Stella, and that is going to be the last step. So the Wink of Stella is a glitter brush. If you haven't seen this before, whenever you go to use it, give it a good shake first before every use. There's a little ball bearing in there, and that will help to mix up all of the glitter. Excuse me, I'll just grab a sip of water before I go any further. There we go. So as I'm colouring this, let me tell you, yes, it is a mammoth card, and I'm sorry I went really, really long today. But I hope you feel that it was worth it, because it really did. It really is a beautiful card. As I said, it's not really difficult. It's just a little bit time consuming to put it together because there's so many elements. But I love that die set. The Pierced Blooms dies. It's just got so many pieces in it. You can do so much with it. You can use any label that you have for the sentiment label. You don't need to use the one that I've used today. Yeah, and with that stitched background, the Stitched Greenery background, it just goes so beautifully with this die set, the Stitched Blooms die set. So I'm just colouring the ribbon as well to give that a little bit of a bling, because, you know, every card needs ribbon and bling, but this time we've actually got faux ribbon because we've used a die. But I'm blinging it up to make it more pretty and sparkly, make it stand out a bit more with our Wink of Stella. And when that Wink of Stella dries, it'll lighten back up again in colour because it's obviously wet at the moment, and then it will be beautiful. With my hello, I did give a couple of coats of the Wink of Stella last night just to make it really, really sparkly. If you want to, you can bling up your other flowers as well, but I didn't want to overdo the bling either. I think there's a fine line between enough bling and too much bling. So there you go. So there you go. Ah, you love it, Megan? Awesome. I'm glad that you do. So there you go. So there's my beautiful hello card using all of those gorgeous dies. Now remember that all of those dies are going to be on sale on Tuesday the 16th to Thursday the 18th of November 2021. They'll be 20% off on dies. We're going to be having 10% off cardstock and 15% off ink pads for just those couple of days. So be sure to, oh, you're so welcome, Megan. Be sure to grab yourself a bargain and get some specials. And remember too that any of those products you can put into your starter kit as well and still only pay $130 at the moment for the starter kit, but you can choose up to $235 worth of product. So while that special is on, that seasonal sale, you'll also get discount on those products. So you'll get to put more into your starter kit. So if you would like more information about the starter kit and joining my awesome team, then feel free to let me know. And I'd love to answer any of your questions and help you with the process. All right, so I'm going to quickly tip the camera back up to my face so that I can say goodbye to you face to face, because I always like to do that. So bear with me for one moment and I'll cover up the camera and I'll tip that back down. Oh, there we go. Okay, just get everything all tightened back up and some lights. Did I flip? I don't think I flipped yet. There we go. Did I flip now? I did. Oh, good. Lucky. I nearly forgot. I nearly forgot to flip. Got to remember to flip. All right. So there we go. So there is my beautiful floral card. I don't have a name for my card. My Floral Blooms Hello card. There you go. So I hope you like that one. Really pretty. Look at all that. Look at all those layers. I love a card with layers. Do you love layers? I love a card with layers and bling and ribbon. So there you go. So if you need any help with any of those products, feel free to let me know. Or if you have any other questions or there's anything I can help you with, feel free to let me know. Remember about our sale and remember about our special joining offer at the moment, and we would love to have you in our team. I'd love to welcome you to my beautiful Papercraft Gems team. So there's our two specials on at the moment. Combine them and get yourself even more bargains. So I love a good bargain. We all love a good bargain, don't we? And all love saving money and getting specials. So have a great week, everybody. Now I hopefully will be back on live on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. It'll be a quick and easy, it won't be a big detailed project like this one. It'll be a really quick and easy project on Thursday, and I do have an appointment at 12 o'clock on Thursday, so it'll be an hour, no more, because I need to get to my next thing. So I hope to see you there if you can join me, or if not, I look forward to seeing you again next Monday at 4 p.m. and they are Australian Eastern Daylight Times. Oh, I'm so I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Navon. That's great. Awesome. Navon also said she loved it and love all the flowers and all the steps. Oh, thank you so much. It's like, yeah, it's like when you come to my Mondays, it's like having a free class. And so I like to take the time and give you, you know, give you a good experience. So I hope that I've done that today. All right, well, remember to share this with anyone that you feel might enjoy it as well. Let your friends know about the joining special and about the sale that is coming on the 16th, Tuesday the 16th to Thursday the 18th. Make sure you let your friends know about that as well so that they can take advantage of it too. And I think that's it. Yeah, so have a great week, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Happy crafting. Bye.